So we drop a Judge's Familiar for another Mausoleum Wanderer. Because they should be the play set prior to Judge's Familiar. We're going to play Lavinia at the pool in a competitive league. And whatever happens, happens. Well, got a Maelstrom Wanderer, we got 2 Knowledge Pools, and we have a Cantrip. This hand does stuff, but I don't know if it's the best stuff we should be doing. I think we mulligan this. I don't know. I'm gonna keep. We're gonna keep this hand. Opponent starts Island. We draw a Seachrome Coast. Play Wanderer. Pass the turn. Hopefully our opponent thinks we're Spirits and not whatever jank we're actually playing. Opponent plays a Glacial Fortress. We draw Plains. Or I mean Island, excuse me. Play an Island. Cast a Serum Visions. We draw Grand Architect. Ooh, and Lavinia's on top. I think we keep all of these cards. This is sweet. Get in for 1. Because if this is control, Teferi is going to, like, completely destroy them. Opponent opts. Combo assembled. That is if it all resolves, yes. Which, if we draw Teferi, it will. If our opponent tries to... They can't Terminus if we have a Lavinia. Oh no, we're getting clicked. Alright. Well, we have Teferi on top. Nothing we can do about this. Opponent clicks. What do they see? Or what do they take, I mean? I assume they take something. Basic Land Shark, it is not my birthday. It will not be my birthday for a month and 3 days. Oh, you had a foil Dominaria set in a chest? Damn, son. Excellent. It's not my birthday, Raylan. It's not my birthday. Ugh. You people. There's only 15 tickets, though? Is it past set redemption? Play Lavinia. Pass the turn. Opponent threw away our Grand Architect. The jerk. Opponent gonna get in for 3. We'll throw Mausoleum Wanderer under the bust. George Monty, it's not my birthday. But thank you. Cast a Mind Sculptor. Unsummons Lavinia. Well, we untap. We draw Mausoleum Wanderer. Play Obero. Play Mausoleum Wanderer. Play Lavinia. Pass the turn. I mean, it's worth a try, right? If you get the full set, you should be able to redeem it. Opponent brainstorms. Plays a land. If we draw a land, this Teferi is going to do mad work. Roxanne, glad you made it. Also, I made a Twitter. Because I remember you were asking. We draw a Nimbus Maze. We'll play Flooded Strand. Yeah, I guess we attack Teferi. Or, I mean, Jace. And our opponent. We can't really attack our Lavinia into a snap. Just watch me. Settle the wreckage. It's even worse than I imagined. Well, hopefully this lulls our opponent into a false sense of security, thinking there's no way we can come back from this. Pop the spirit. "19th in the IQ today. About to make a Reddit post that says AMA. Nice. Opponent brainstorms with Jace. We just need this Teferi to stick. So I hope they, like, play their own Teferi. We're going to wait a turn or two just to play around a mana leak. Opponent opts. We're waiting one turn. Should be okay. Opponent brainstorms. Plays a Teferi. Pluses Teferi. Okay, in response to the Teferi untap, we're going to play our Teferi. It resolves. Opponent untaps. We draw. Flooded Strand. Well, I'm going to cast a Knowledge Pool. We are playing Lavinia at the Pool, Modern Edition. Shoot. Because opponent is going to get to unsummon and then be able to cast things. Oh, this is... If they didn't have... Yeah, okay. Can we win here? Theoretically, we can. We are going to attack Jace. Actually should have attacked Teferi. That was a big mistake. Because Teferi will tuck Teferi. Unless they have removal here. Opponent pluses Teferi, indicating they have some kind of way to remove Teferi. No! That's just... They can't cast anything. They didn't do it. They just didn't do it. Oh my gosh. We gotta find another spell to cast and quick. They can tuck with Teferi because Teferi's on board. They can -3 target Teferi. They thought they could Supreme Verdict through the lock. Well, they could still fire it off, though, is the problem. And then they have a Mind Sculptor under it. So we need some way to deal with this Teferi. We should draw out of it. Me too. So we're going to crack this Flooded Strand for a Hallowed Fountain. Untap. We draw. Ghost Quarter is nice. So let's play... We have another one in hand, which is why I'm like, it should be okay. So, we have a Lavinia. Yeah, we have to get Jace. I have no way to bounce Teferi now. We gotta play Knowledge Pool. It's Knowledge Pool for Jace or Knowledge Pool for Board the Weatherlight. If we hit Board the Weatherlight and get Lavinia, game over. Board the Weatherlight gets further into our deck, but I think we have to get Jace, because that prevents them from casting Jace off of Knowledge Pool. So Knowledge Pool for Jace. Cast Jace. Brainstorm with Jace. Put back... I think... Ghost Quarter... No, we need Ghost Quarter for Colonnade, right? Oh, no, Architect does it. Architect does it. You're right. So we put back... Teferi's ability is -3. This is perfect. We put back Architect, and we put back Flooded Strand. Your old account doesn't exist anymore? That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. We put back Architect and Flooded Strand. Play Ghost Quarter. Play Architect. Knowledge Pool. Anything but Knowledge Pool is theoretically fine. So let's cast Board the Weatherlight. Sure. And then we cast Path. Okay, Path gets exiled. We cast Grand Architect. Go to combat. Attack Teferi. And then we Ghost Quarter Colonnade next turn, and it's game over. Woo! Okay. So versus Control. We're going to want Sorceress Spyglass. Probably Negates. And we could get Rest in Peace, but I don't know how much they rely on the grave. Just like probably as Kanta and a Snapcaster or two, but I don't know if we actually even saw those. We could bring in Disenchant because they probably have Detention Sphere. / some other miscellaneous hate. I'm fine cutting 2 paths. And probably a Serum Visions, I think. Also, welcome new viewers to the stream. I'm Kano. Right now we're playing a janky Teferi Lavinia Knowledge Pool lock in a modern competitive league. Welcome new viewers to the Kano bi-weekly puntathon where the low-quality trolls hang. That's exactly where we are. I think I'm not going to bring in the Disenchant. We're just going to run it back like this. And thinking about it, these negates probably ought to be Unified Wills. Cut a Worm Coil. That may have been correct. This hand doesn't really do anything. I'm going to go to 6. Much better. We're going to keep this. Architect on top. We have 1, 2, 3. So if we draw Knowledge Pool, this will be great. Maybe they thought your account was a bot. I don't know. They were like, this guy's winning too much with Nexus Reclamation. I am sorry, though. That does really suck. Okay. Play Wander. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Search for his Kanta. Is that a Blue Moon beer? It is not. It is, I like to call it college. It's Orange Crush with vodka in it. So we're going to play a Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. For an island. Play Lavinia. Get in for 1. Anyways, just wanted to come say hi. I've got school tomorrow. Well, good luck at school. And have a good time. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Opponent mills a Snapcaster Mage. Plays a Plains. We draw... Okay, opponent paths Lavinia. That's fine. Get a Plains. We draw. Sea Chrome Coast. We'll play a Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. For an island. Play Grand Architect. And smash in for 2. Well, now we just need Knowledge Pool, really. Because if we can flash Teferi at the end step, and then Knowledge Pool, we're going to win the game. Alright. Opponent mills an Opt. Plays an island. Opponent opts. Trying to hit a Terminus. Unsuccessful. We draw Chief Engineer. Well, play Sea Chrome Coast. We are going to need this last land to be untapped. Get in for 3. Opponent Snapcaster for Path. Path's Wanderer. So yeah, we'll just sack. Play Chief Engineer, pass the turn. Oh, was my line of logic completely incorrect there? Should I have played the untapped land? Alright. Alright, alright. As a punt. Teferi or Wormcoil? Oh. Ah. Yes. I see. That definitely should have been what I did. I figure we'll attack first. And then Worm. So get in. Cast a big wormy boy. There's the Cryptic. Alright, Cryptic number 1 down. Opponent mills a Field of Ruin, transforms Search, plays a land. We just need a Knowledge Pool. Wormcoil is not Knowledge Pool. Okay, we're not going to attack into a should we? Opponent can fire up a Colonnade. Yeah. Let's do it. You're right. If they want to animate a Colonnade here to block, they'll tap out. Well, now that we have enough mana to be casting Knowledge Pool, I think it's actually okay. Opponent blocks the wrong creature. We play a Wormcoil. Well, we know they have Terminus in their deck. Get in with the worm. Make it blue. Opponent goes to 6. Play a Hollowed Fountain. Pass. Opponent activates as Kanta. 1 more damage. Architect gives all blue creatures +1/+1. Opponent finds a path. I guess we could flash to Fairy in response to this and make... Well, they picked up path, though. If we flashed to Fairy and prevented them from terminusing at the draw step, they'd have to tap 6 if they didn't have a counter spell, and then path. We would lose everything in that point. So we're gonna actually have to let them terminus. No, but they can path. They still draw a terminus, and then they can path at their main phase. They can path to Fairy at their main phase. Then they hard cast terminus, and we have nothing versus a guy that has an active as Kanta. I actually think we can't to Fairy here. Which really, really sucks. Opponent terminus. Any order's fine. We do need to draw a knowledge pool in the next, like, couple of turns. Yeah. No, if that were the case, I definitely would do it. Let's play Architect. Kind of regretting not letting that path go off now. Because having that extra land would be nice for us to be able to cast a Fairy. The opponent is Kanta's. Picking up a Jace. Path's Architect. Get a Plains. There's the Jace. Plays a Hollowed Fountain tapped. Fate seals us. Puts a card on top. We draw a path. Alright, we'll pass the turn. This really sucks. I want it to Fairy now so we know that it'll resolve, but our opponent can just bounce it with Jace. Yeah. Our only, like, fear is he's picking up, like, a Cryptic here. It's a Cryptic. It's always a Cryptic. Shouldn't have waited so long. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I probably threw this game then. Opponent Fate Seals. Leaves a card on top. The deck should be playing Caverns, indeed. I cannot afford Caverns. Okay. We're just going to go to game 3. I think it might be worth playing Rest in Peace because of Azcanta and Snapcaster being in our opponent's deck. You don't think so? Maybe not. We'll just go for the combo. Let's not bog down our draws anymore. Alright, we'll play first. 1 drop, 2 drop in Lavinia, or Weaponsmith. We do have negate. This might be enough to just go kind of like tempo on our opponent here. Lavinia does protect against Terminus in its hidden mode. I'm going to keep this hand. Like, if we just wheel Architect and then Knowledge Pool off the top, this hand's amazing. So start Wanderer. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Hallowed Fountain, untapped. We draw Ballista. Ballista's good. In that case, I think I'm going to play Renowned Weaponsmith prior to Lavinia. Opponent going to Condemn. Alright, sure. Play a Plains. And then we'll play Walking Ballista. No, what the? No, we're not playing Walking Ballista. We're playing either Lavinia or Renowned Weaponsmith. I don't know. I felt like I had a stroke there for a second. I think we play Renowned Weaponsmith. Yeah, let's do it. Plays an island. We draw a Chief Engineer. Play Flooded Strand. Let's attack for 1 and play Chief Engineer. Chief into Ballista for 2. We could Ballista on 3 next turn, though. Like, I feel like our opponent has got some kind of answer here. I don't just want to throw Ballista into a counter if I can help it. We could Ballista on 2 with Counterspell backup next turn. I'm going to get in for 1 this time. If our opponent has another Condemn, I'm going to feel bad, but usually that's Path to Exile number 5. We get in for 1, take our opponent to 17. Play Chief. Pass the turn. Opponent paths. Sure. We get an island. We'll get a Hallowed Fountain. Untap. Draw Mausoleum Wanderer. Play Wanderer. And then we can Ballista for 1 with Negate backup. I think that's okay, actually. Let's do it like this. Get in for 1. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Flooded Strand. We draw Seachrome Coast, play Seachrome Coast. Attack, attack, attack. We're going to be growing Ballista on our opponent's end step. If it survives that long, that is. Just now that we have board presence, I'd rather have Negate up most of the time if we can. Negate to Fairy. Untap. We draw Serum Visions. Start Serum Visions. Nimbus Maze. So Seachrome and Ijongo to the bottom. Now, do we just grow Ballista or do we cast Lavinia? I think we cast Lavinia. Because our opponent can't Miracle Terminus then. And if they hard cast Terminus, we can just Force Spike it. So I think we play Lavinia. It's worse against Settle or Supreme Verdict or any other Wrath. But it's better versus Terminus, which we know our opponent is playing. I think we saw a Verdict out of them, though. I'm going to do it. We're going to cast Lavinia. Get in for damage. Opponent plays a Field of Ruin. Casts an Opt. Draws a card. Paths Lavinia. Well, nothing we can do about that. Plays a Jace. Brainstorms with a Jace. Probably setting up the Terminus here. If we draw Grand Architect, I think we can kill him. There's Grand Architect. So play Nimbus Maze. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can take them to 1. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't do the math. Turn Ballista blue. And then pump it. Oh, you're right. Raylan, you sneaky devil. Chalk this one up to Raylan's ingenuity. Now I just have to send the creatures to the right. Attack our opponent. We win round 1! Well, we have board the Weatherlight. We're against an unknown opponent. And we have a Serum Visions. This is probably okay. Doesn't do much, so I'm going to keep. We do get to see a lot of cards. If our opponent has a slow hand with whatever they're playing, odds are we can get there. So start Seachrome Coast, play Judge's Familiar. Pass the turn. Opponent casts Mishra's Bauble. Baubles themselves. Plays a Watery Grave untapped. And casts a Serum Visions. Don't know that I'm brave enough to Force Spike. Chat lethal is best lethal. Well, welcome back, Last God. Good to see you. I kind of want to Force Spike this. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't. But I wanted to. I had an intense yearning for it. We untap. Opponent draws an extra card. Force it or no balls. Alright. We'll play an island. Hopefully we get Lavinia against the Bauble opponent. Yeah, that'd be great. Play the island. Get in for 1 while we're deciding whether to cast Board or Chief. And I think we cast... I think we cast Chief Engineer. Yeah, let's cast Chief Engineer. Because next turn we can Serum Visions and then board the Weatherlight, or vice versa. Our opponent certainly plays discard. There's the Thoughtseize. Takes board the Weatherlight. Cracks Polluted Delta. Shocks Watery Grave, goes to 12, and casts a Death Shadow. We draw Seachrome Coast, so let's Serum Visions. There's a Knowledge Pool. Flooded Strand to the bottom. Board the Weatherlight on top, I think. Play Seachrome Coast. Do we get in? I think so. No attacks? Alright, we'll go no attacks. Yeah, I think it's fine to miss the damage here. Okay, opponent Blood Crypts. Goes to 10. Attacks for 3, takes us to 17. That's fine. Thought seizes us. Sees the Knowledge Pool. Surprised they didn't do that prior to combat, honestly. We draw. Board the Weatherlight. We'll cast Board. Opponent Stubborn Denial. Sure. Get in for 1. Take our opponent to 7. Play Nimbus Maze. Pass the turn. Opponent attacks for 6. No blocks. We go to 11. We draw Knowledge Pool. Well, we can play Knowledge Pool, but I don't know that that actually does anything. We would need another spell to cast, I think. If we play it now, our opponent's going to get whatever the best thing is under it. Alright. Wheel of Knowledge. Turn, turn, turn. Give me that which I desperately yearn. I think we're going to lose. It isn't right. It's right to hold it, but it isn't fun. I think you're right. Opponent going to Snapcaster for Stubborn Denial. Giving me the old stubby D. Oh, I should have tapped the other creature then. 4 spike. Knowledge pool. If we could somehow assemble a lock and win here, that'd be amazing. I doubt it, but it would be amazing. I think our opponent's got a Tamer Battle Rage. Thoughtseize, Street Wraith, Bolt, Knowledge Pool, and Wormcoil Engine. Opponent can now turn any spell into a Wormcoil Engine. We are so boned. Opponent cycles a Street Wraith and goes to 5. We are 1 damage away from dying. Opponent casts a Faithless Looting. They could just cast Bolt and kill us, too. Alright. Don't know how the Knowledge Pool interface works. Come on. Come on. I believe in you. Punt this Moto interface check. Opponent thought seizes themselves. Alright. And they kill us. Sad day. Alright. So, versus Death Shadow. What do we want? We wouldn't mind Rest in Peace. They have Delve Threats. They have Snapcasters. I think that's fair. Damping Sphere might actually be decent against them because they want to be casting multiple 1-mana things a turn. Plus, we can play Grand Architect into it or Chief Engineer into it on turns 2 and 3. Cut some boards. Sphere's got to be terrible. I don't think we have anything else. They don't need extra Kolaghan's command targets. That's true. We'll play first. If there were some lands in this hand, it'd be amazing. So we're going to mulligan. Oh god, we're going to mulligan again. And again. Mulligan to 4 to see a land. We'll keep. Lavinia to the bottom. Play an island. Pass the turn. It's one of the 3 non-white lands in the deck. Opponent cycles 2 Street Wraiths. Plays Blood Crypt untapped. Faithless looting. Well, they loot faithlessly. We untap. Opponent decides they don't need the Stubborn Denial. We draw Serum Visions. In your face, Raylan. We draw Serum Visions. Wormcoil Engine to the bottom. Hollowed Fountain on top. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Polluted Delta. Thoughtseize. Probably takes our path. They take the Serum Visions, the greedy bastard. We draw a Hallowed Fountain, and we shock that bastard in. Ugh. Opponent plays a Watery Grave. Thoughtseize again. Alright. You're right, Raylan. It's not that greedy. Not in the face of multiple discard spells. However, unless we draw a path right now, we're probably dead. They have Stubborn Denial too? We had the worst luck in the universe and had to mull to 4 for a land, and our opponent just has everything. Alright, consider me officially on tilt. I'm glad that wasn't a Serum Visions. Yeah, whatever. Wouldn't have made a difference. Moving on, round 4. Oh gosh, what's happening? Oh, somebody subbed to my YouTube channel. Thank you. We'll play first. Well, if we get a Grand Architect, we'll be in a pretty good spot. But I don't think this hand does too much. Considering, yeah, we're gonna mulligan this one. Okay, I'll keep this. Chief Engineer to the bottom. Play Seachrome Coast, go Mausoleum Wanderer. This is a much more aggressive, interactive hand for our opponent. Our opponent's probably playing a strategy this does not interact with. Okay, they fetch up a forest and search for tomorrow. Wonder how things would be going with Aether Vials. That's a good question. Play a Mausoleum Wanderer. Wanderer trigger. Get in for 2. Opponent plays a mountain. And a Soccer Tribe Elder. We draw an island, play an island. Play Treasure Mage. Now, do we go for the lock or do we go for damage? And I think the answer is we go for Knowledge Pool. Yeah, let's take the Knowledge Pool. I don't think we're... So next turn, we would play Chief Engineer and Judge's Familiar. Or we could play Wormcoil. Let's get the Knowledge Pool and get in for damage. Hey, if we Knowledge Pool next turn and then cast a Judge's Familiar, we might be able to steal a Titan. That'd be hilarious. Search for tomorrow, coming off Suspend. Opponent going to Flame Slash a Wanderer. Yeah, I kind of wish we had the Lavinia hand, too. Against Suspend, it's hilariously funny. Okay. Okay. Opponent casts a Farseek, and plays a Valakut. Well, that set us back a long way. Oh, look, Wormcoil. Play Chief Engineer. Play Judge's Familiar. Get in for 2. Take our opponent to 13. Opponent explores. Plays a Windswept Heath. Is that it? Probably should turn off auto yields as long as we have a force spike, by the way. Opponent cracks Windswept Heath and finds Cinderglade, it looks like. Paying 5 mana for something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. I don't think you can kill with that, right? Oh, it's as long as you control 5 other mountains. Opponent gets 6 lightning bolts. They can redirect anywhere they want. So they kill all of our dudes and take us down to half health, probably. Ugh. No, or they just take us to 2. Wait a minute. Did they cast an Explore earlier this turn? Are we going to die to a mountain? Well, consider 90% of the cards in their deck are virtual mountains. We're probably dead. Unless his hand is like basic forest, I think we're toast. We could Ghost Quarter Valakut and play Wanderer and just try and beat down. I think that's what we gotta do. I think we Ghost Quarter Valakut, and then we're like only dead to Titan or Scape Shift 2. The re-scape shifting. Alright, let's do it. Ghost Quarter Valakut. Opponent gets a mountain. Play Mausoleum Wanderer. Get in for 4. Opponent goes to 8. Does he have enough mountains left? He did sack 6 of them. Whatever. Sure. Oh no. He just needs Valakut and 1 mountain. Never mind. I don't know how Scape Shift works. Okay. So we need something. that we don't have. I think we bring in negates, and that's it. And I think we do so instead of... probably a board and a Serum Visions. Try like this. Spyglass on Foothills / Tribelder. That might be going kind of deep. All right. We'll play first. Threw $2 my Vintage League so far. Not bad for just starting the format. Gonna take down a dude's 5-0, and he offered a split, and I took it. Must be nice, but it was not a bad split. Nice. That's good. We're gonna go to 6. I should have kept the 7. I don't think I'm going to 5. But this hand is... Alright, Lavinia's good. We're keeping her on top. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Pass the turn. I'm all about the pity chests. That's fair. I would do the same thing in your position. Play Glacial Fortress. Opponent did not suspend anything, so we're going to wait till Lavinia until we have negate back up for it. Actually, probably should have just cast Lavinia, but... Alright, we untap. We draw Judge's Familiar. Play a Plains, play Judge's Familiar. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Soccer Tribelder. Finds a mountain. We untap. We draw Flooded Strand. Play a Nimbus Maze. Attack for 1. We should probably run Lavinia out there to just protect against Summoner's Pact, actually. Well, we have to negate that. I mean, I guess we don't have to. I think we have. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I think we have. I think we actually have to do that. Yeah. Walking Ballista. Play a Flooded Strand. And get in for 3. Walking Ballista, X2. Now, if we draw a Knowledge Pool off the top, we have the lock. Anger of the Gods, number 2. So, let's Force Spike it. Opponent pays for it. Ping our opponent. Ping our opponent. They kill Lavinia. We untap. We draw. Mausoleum Wanderer. Play Wanderer. Pass the turn. Sad face. Eternal sad face right now. Opponent plays a Courser of Crufix. And Wooded Foothills. I agree, Oz. I think that's a pretty good assessment. They got a Flame Slash. Now Wormcoil would be a pretty great draw. Well, it's a knowledge pool. But Raelin. Yeah, you're right. We need like a land and a 1-drop. Made my own vintage version of Shops and used 3 Wormcoils main. It's an amazing card. Yeah, it's pretty good. Prime Evil Titan. Well, that's the game. Opponent gets 2 Valakuts. Stomping Grounds off the top. Yep, we're boned. Opponent gets in for 2, takes us to 10. No, there's no way we play the pool there. Despite having no outs, I think we pool. Well, we would have hit almost all lands anyway. Theoretically, 2 cards different, but... Alright, we're 1 and 2. We just got to get that 2-win reverse sweep dream. Come on, Pity Chest. It's Pity Chest and Re-Entry. I mean, Re-Entry is pretty good. Dominaria set was in a Pity Chest. I mean, Pity Chest is the same as any other treasure chest, theoretically. Let me close out some of these windows that we don't need. Do I have any treasure chests? I don't think so. I haven't won anything in a long time that wasn't a 2-man. Nope. Later. Okay. Round 4. Sudden death. Not had to pay for a league yet. Up a lot of cards and points so far, knock on wood. There you go. And good luck to you, Oz. You are a far better Magic player than I am. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop pool. If we draw Lavinia off the top, this hand's amazing. We have 2 draws to draw Lavinia for On Curve the Dream. So we're keeping this hand. I do get stressed out on stream. Opponent's on Infect of some kind. I also play not tier decks most of the time. Like if I play... I know I am a much better player if I'm playing an actual like meta deck that I'm practiced with and whatnot, and not on stream. Like, I know I do a much better job, but... Alright, Glistener Elf. Breeding Pool, huh? Alright, well, they got a pump spell. So... I mean, if we don't block, we could theoretically die. I'm gonna not block. Because for them to actually kill us, it would be a ton of pump spells they'd have to cast. Okay, they have a second infect creature. Okay, we draw Teferi. Play Hallowed Fountain. Play Chief Engineer. Pass the turn. Actually, we'll get in for one. Opponent plays a Pendelhaven and a Mishra's Bauble. Crack's Bauble looks at the top card of our deck. How do we never have Lavinia? I know, right? This time we will block with Chief Engineer. Opponent Pendelhaven's Bladed Agent. We take 2 infect. Untap. Opponent draws a card. Well, if we play Knowledge Pool, it should at least kind of make their life a little harder. We draw Wormcoil. Because, like, they have to double spell to get the right... Alright. Well, we'll play Grand Architect anyway, because it will power up Mausoleum Wanderer as a counterspell. I would much rather see if we can just get the lock plan going. Opponent Might of Old Kroza. Mutagenic Growth. And that's game. There's nothing we could have done about this at any point. Well, now you're just having fun. Problem is, if we hit Lavinia with the pool, our opponent could play Lavinia, and then we're screwed. So when we play pool, the opponent casts 3 spells that Lavinia would stop. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to Sorceress Spyglass so we can name Inkmoth Nexus. Maybe we should be running baubles ourselves. I mean, maybe. I also can't afford those. We could bring in Negate. But that feels pretty bad. Let's see. Pretty much every other card is not great. Had to fund vintage decks, lol. Yeah. Let's cut... I think we cut Teferi, honestly. A Teferi for a Sorcerer's Spyglass. Maybe we don't. I actually don't know that we have a single card in the sideboard we actually want to be running in the main deck right now. Alright. We're just going to run it back. We'll play first. We're going to mulligan. Well, there's Lavinia and the lock. And no lands. Raylan, we found Lavinia in the absence of lands. You picked up a surgical? Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, if I get Kaya, we can play Extraction? Oh, that's good. That's good news. Because I do want to play Kaya Extraction. Oh, actually, how much is Kaya right now? $10. $10 a piece for Kaya's. I think we're running too many pools. The other problem, like, we just can't guarantee we draw the ones we need. Going to 5. Oh, this is so painful. Chart of Course might be great in this deck. Oh, maybe. Opponent plays an Ink Moth. I'm trying to think, because, like, this is difficult. I feel like this deck needs a card that doesn't exist right now. Well, we drew a nice colorless land. Get in for 1. This deck needs, like, a 1-mana blue guy that impulses when he enters or something like that. Which is originally why I had things like Glint Nest Crane in the deck to help ensure consistency, but we need to be playing Lavinia on turn 2. So we need to play, like, a 1-drop that somehow Kano's Fist of Power, 0 mana and crushes everything and anyone. Okay, every deck needs that card, but not really. So we draw Knowledge Pool. I think we actually top and top. So next turn we can play a Grand Architect and a Worm Coil. And then the turn after we can play a Knowledge Pool and cast a Cantrip. Opponent fetches up a Breeding Pool, plays Noble Hierarch. We draw a land. Play the land. Play Grand Architect. Play Worm Coil. Eat that, Tron. Opponent plays a Glistener Elf. And another Glistener Elf. Fires up a Nexus. Gonna get in for 1. Or 2, excuse me, Exalted Trigger. Okay. So now we're going to cast Pool and then 1-drop and hopefully cast Lavinia off the top, I think. So tap Grand Architect, tap Judge's Familiar. And tap blue and blue. Hopefully they don't have like gut or mutagenic growth or something to cast in response to our 1-drop. So Knowledge Pool. There's Lavinia. Does our opponent let this trigger resolve? Oh my god, yes. There it is! We're always dead to mutagenic growth. Alright, Worm Coil Engine. Gonna be on blocking duty here for a moment, I think. Actually, no. You're gonna kill our opponent quickly. If we counter the mutagenic growth, does it counter the trigger? Yes, actually it would. So we weren't dead to mutagenic growth there. But our opponent can no longer cast spells. Opponent cracks Misty Rainforest. Gets a forest. Might of Old Kroza. Knowledge Pool. Oh, I feel a lot better that we assembled the combo versus Infect. I was majorly on tilt. Whoa, what? Oh, because they could kick it. Ugh. He got through the Lavinia by kicking it. Well, I mean, we can Wanderer to block. Oh. But that's annoying. Kicker's an additional cost. He didn't pay 0 mana. So opponent goes to Dismember, Knowledge Pool. If he goes to get Might, it doesn't work. That's why Thalia doesn't work with Lavinia. Alright. So we counter the Might of Old Kroza. Worth noting that if our opponent played a Wild Defiance, he would still get the +3/+3 from Wild Defiance. Opponent Distortion Strikes to try and get back Dismember, I think. They concede. They figured it out. All right. Now, I think we just run it back again and just pray that we get, like, the God Hand. Because, like, none of our sideboard's particularly useful here. If we were still running Thorns of Amethyst, this would be the way to go. But maybe we ought to be running Thorn of Amethyst. Oh, that's right. That does break our combo. Well, we have a path and we have Lavinia. We'll keep. Opponent plays a Misty, cracks Misty. Breeding Pool. Plays a Noble Hierarch. Omen Machine does work. Because it prevents them from drawing, but they could have answers in hand. Is the problem. They could actually play cards from their hand. Well, if this Deputy of Detention ever resolves, we'll be in a really good spot. So get a Hollowed Fountain, tapped. Draw Ghost Quarter. Play Glacial Fortress. Pass the turn. We have to try and path if they stack a bunch of buffs. Opponent goes with just the Exalted trigger. Okay, we'll play Lavinia now. They have Vines of Vastwood and Apostles Protection, or Apostles Blessing, excuse me, to give protection. Opponent attacks with 1. Pendelhaven's it. Sure, no blocks. Might have Old Croza. But not during their main phase, so it's just going to get +2/+2. Alright. I have a feeling they have a Vines, and if we path, we die. So we're going to play Ghost Quarter. Go, Deputy of Detention. There's the Vines. We would have died. Alright, so kind of annoying. We should, yeah. We should run some worships in the sideboard. Would not work against Infect, yeah. Our opponent appears to be not playing the game right now. Alright, they've come back. Another Noble. Goes attacking, I assume. Oh, let's path. Path works. Woohoo! We untap. We draw Walking Ballista. That's amazing. Oh, that's so great right now. So let's start Judge's Familiar. Play Ballista, X2. Ceremonious rejection. Okay, now I know you're screwing with me. All right. So silly. What? Why would you bring this in versus this deck? The only way we're casting something colorless is if you're not killing us on turn 2, which you should be doing by not having Ceremonious Rejection in your deck. I even played around the 2-mana Vines. Oh, man. Exactly. Haha! Get bobbled. Oh, jeez. I don't mean to complain so hard, but, like, good lord. We've run into some serious shenanigans this stream. I lived for this moment. Oh, it finally happened. Well, opponent didn't Pendelhaven. That means we're going to Quadra block because we have another Lavinia in hand. They only have one card in hand, and if it's a pump spell, they got us. But you know what? Oh, man. Quad is 4. I was thinking 4 power. That's why. Mausoleum Wanderer. Go get him. Play Lavinia. And attack for 1. I know you guys do. I appreciate it. You help me keep levity when I'm like super on tilt like I am right now. We've seen some real shenanigans. Let's draw Architect into the board for knowledge pool. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. 2 damage, you can have it. Take it and go to 15. There is. It's called Tainted Strike, and it's black. It's 1 mana, and it may not even be an instant. No, it's an instant. 1 black, 1/0, and infect. All right, come on, Architect. It's an island. Well, board the Weatherlight. I don't know what our opponent is thinking so hard on. They only have 1 card in hand. He's a reader. We got a reader, boys. It's basically Ancient Stirrings, but infinitely worse. And that's why you're good at Magic, Oz. It's because you're a reader. Oh. This feels like it's been the longest league in the universe. Knowledge pool. All right. Yeah, we should probably play a land. That opponent is going so slow. Is this the salty scoop? Well, I don't know what our opponent is doing. Or why they're taking 10 minutes every time they get priority. Jake opponent's out and he bores him to sleep. Okay. Opponent. I'm gonna go attacking. Stacks up some damage. Theoretically, well, no, this would be the 2-2, and we'd have to win another. So, throw Deputy in front of it. Yeah, we're currently 1-2. This is round 4. Alright, untap. Well, there's the worm coil. So here comes the knowledge pool, probably directly into a spell pierce. Oh, it resolved. Sweet. So Mausoleum Wanderer going to be just a chump blocker here. I did bring in Nature's Claim, despite the fact that doesn't interact with Knowledge Pool. Mutagenic, Noble Hierarch, no Vines of Astwood. Another Knowledge Pool, though. Opponent pumping up that Dryad Arbor. Going on the offensive. So we're going to throw Wanderer under the bus. Oh, that's true. We don't need to chump now. Opponent plays a Glistener Elf. Puts it under Knowledge Pool. If we'd slammed the worm first, could they have gotten us with like a Distortion Strike plus Pump? Glistener Elf is an excellent blocker. Go, Worm Coil. Metamorphosize! Go, Glistener Elf. Get in for one. I gotta sneeze, and it's awful right now. There's nothing I can do to, like, make it happen. Opponent pumps. Reverse time and pay 2 life so we could Ghost Quarter it. Yep, Elf going in front of it. Oh. I mean, we could Ghost Quarter it, but what if he gets an Ink Moth? We're going to keep it back as a chump blocker. In case we need it. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I mean, our opponent could cast anything and put the worm in the grave. Oh, please just let me sneeze. This is so awful. And they finally give up. 2-2. All the marbles. Pity chest. Let's go. Yep, he could do that. It's not like the Teferi interaction where stuff can only go under Knowledge Pool. I mean, like, all it takes is an opponent to have a slow hand or randomly get hosed by, like, Lavinia or Hate Bear. Ugh. Ugh. Lavinia is good against Tron, yes. It's decent. We have Ghost Quarters. So, I mean, like, we could randomly hose Tron. We have probably some kind of matchup versus Tron, I assume. I think we put pressure on the board. We play bears that hose their strategy, and if we just double spell with Knowledge Pool and get one of their big threats, we win. We'll play first. Oh, this is so close. 1, 2, 3 pool. Only one land. Can we actually keep it, though? And if we draw a Hallowed Fountain off the top, this is amazing. But, like, we're on the play. I think with no second land, no cantrips, we gotta ship this. Alright, we're gonna mulligan. Well, I mean... What is with this deck today? You may have been right, Raylin. That may have been the way we needed to win. Because that hand is just so strong if we draw lands. But... yeah, I guess we gotta keep this. Land to the top. Serum Visions to draw the land. The Chief Engineer and the land, which I think we keep both of. Oh, actually, we can't do that because the other land's a flooded strand. How annoying. Amulet? Oh, why is it gotta be Amulet? So... we can play Chief Engineer, but we have to, we gotta draw Gotta draw that other land. Amulet number 2. Well, I mean, Deputy of Detention will be really sweet. Opponent plays a Gemstone Mine. We untap, draw Flooded Strand, play Flooded Strand. Crack, get an island. Crack. Get a Plains. Deputy of Detention, Amulet of Vigor. Hey, it worked! Opponent plays a Ghost Quarter. Passes. We draw Lavinia. So we play Lavinia this turn. We play Lavinia this turn because that lets us hold up Path. And then we have Grand Architect. If we draw Knowledge Pool, we just win the game. This prevents our opponent from casting any pacts, too. In addition, if they kill Deputy and they start a bounce land chain, they can't cast Titan. Oh, it's so worth it. Opponent throws a Summoner's... Oh, so worth. 2 and 2. Oh, yes. This entire league has now become worth it. Amazing. Opponent says he's 4-0. So I guess we coast Architect, Time to Dream Crush. If he asks, I am not going to ask to split. I'm not going to do that. Because I believe on Moto, splitting is a little more in a gray area. But if he asks to split, I will consider it. Oh, we gotta beat him first anyway. You're right. Five mana. I'm going to play something. Though what they play, I'm not sure. Primal Command, gain 7 life, tutor for a creature. Hope it's a Bring to Light. Opponent picks up a Prime Time. We untap. Draw a second path. So let's play a Chief Engineer. Make Wormcoil blue and just beat face. kills Primetime and lives. That's true, but we have 2 paths in hand. It's good to remember that, though. Why ramp them? Because we need to actually be attacking to win right now. Otherwise, I would be like, yeah, let's do it. Plus, if they don't have a 6th land, then... Oh man, are they going to bounce land here? What's happening? Oh, they can't cast Primetime. They got to bounce a land. They're only going to have 5 land. They can't cast Titan. Oh, Lavinia. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, it's non-creature spells, isn't it? Okay. So much text on that card. I was getting excited over nothing. I know. Kano doesn't read. Oh, man. This league has been exhausting. I'm probably going to have to... Yeah, we're going to path them. We got to wait for this trigger, though. They did use up their 1 Boros Garrison, so it's not like they can Vesuva Boros Garrison either. Opponent gets Talaria West and Slayer Stronghold. Path the Titan. Opponent gives up. Sweet. So let's see. Damping Sphere. Disenchant. Talaria West is not so good here. That's true. So what do we cut? For 2 Damping Spheres and a Disenchant. I'm thinking Judge's Familiar is really bad. It's like they're not casting a lot of instants and sorceries that we're gonna be able to counter anyway. We could cut like a Board the Weatherlight and maybe a Chief Engineer, I guess. I feel like that's still reasonable. Any comments from the peanut gallery? Boards a smoother would leave it. All right. Cut Ballista. What if we got to kill an early snack though? Let's cut another Wanderer. Makes our like ideal hand less likely, but our average hand better. I mean, this is pretty good. We draw Knowledge Pool, we win the game. Opponent starts Gemstone Mine. They mulled to 6, worth noting. Amulet of Vigor. Draw to Fairy. Play a Hallowed Fountain. Go Wanderer. Pass the turn. Opponent Path's Wanderer. Hell yeah. Get an island. Plays a Growth Chamber. Hell, now all we need is a Dampening Sphere. Or Damping Sphere, excuse me. Opponent plays a Scout. We draw a Seachrome Coast. We'll play a Seachrome Coast. Play Wanderer. Play Lavinia. Pass the turn. Opponent taps for 2. Taps for 2. Oh, are we getting tightened anyway? Ugh. Titan. Yeah, come on, Knowledge Pool. Always dead to Titan. Yep. I'm going to haste up the Titan. Does Knowledge Pool lose here? Yeah, because Knowledge Pool doesn't answer the Titan. Like, we need to draw a path and our opponent not to have anything else. I don't think... Okay. Like, they would have to have another actual Titan in their hand. Not like a Summoner's Pact because we have Lavinia. Okay. Take the damage. We draw Plains. Path was, in fact, our only out. And unfortunately, we did not get it. Because they can double strike this next turn. So, alright. Wheel Scoop. Okay. Game 3, round 5. Wormcoil may have been okay-ish. Wormcoil might have let us survive. Alright. Let's do this. Game 3, round 5. Let's do it. His Titan would first strike it down. Oh, yeah. We wouldn't be able to reblock with the tokens or anything like that. We'll play first. Disenchant probably not strong enough to just get us there. We gotta ship that. Okay, Serum Visions into Disenchant might get us somewhere. This hand's not fantastic, but our opponent did mulligan to 6. Yeah, we're gonna keep this one. Path to the top. Seachrome Coast. Serum Visions. Draw a path. Iganjo Castle to the bottom. Serum Visions to the top. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Gemstone Mine. Stirs Anciently. Oh, thought it was another path. No worries, man. No worries. Finds their amulet. We draw Serum Visions. Play Plains. And we're going to try and disenchant this turn, I think. Does that make sense? Maybe not. We can disenchant next turn. Oh, let's try and disenchant this turn. Miser's disenchant. Gonna try and carry this game. Opponent plays a Slayer Stronghold. Plays an Amulet. Goodbye, Amulet. Untap, draw Hallowed Fountain. Serum Visions. Draw Serum Visions. Wormcoil and Lavinia on top. Wormcoil to the bottom, Lavinia on top. Play Glacial Fortress. Serum Visions. Draw Lavinia. There's Pool. I guess we keep one. And another one to the bottom. Pass the turn. Look at that Serum Visions Tron, though, working out for us. Opponent plays a Cavern. Into a Coalition Relic. Okay, we draw Knowledge Pool. Hallowed Fountain untapped. Play Lavinia. Still got a path, so the first Titan we should be able to handle. Opponent paths us. Well, we do have Teferi. Teferi Pool is a stronger lock than Lavinia Pool. Yeah, we're just one land short of Pool. Opponent finds and plays an Asuza. And there's the land. All right. We've somehow gotten there. If this Teferi resolves, we win the game. Come on, Big Daddy, we need our pity chest. Okay. Now. Opponent prime times. We path after they get the lands, right? Yeah, I'm not splitting. That doesn't seem to be an option here. No path right away. Well, I'll let the trigger resolve. They don't have an amulet, so it's not like they can do anything with the lands they tutor up. Path prime time. Opponent gets another basic. Growth Chamber. Picking up Talaria West. Teferi in, untap, and down comes the knowledge pool. Game! That's game! Oh, we got him! Oh, we just attacked until they're dead. We got him. Oh, we took down Amulet Titan to win the league 3-2 in the last round of the league. Last game of the last match. We take down Titan to go 3-2. Holy crap. And we got him. They can't do anything. Whoo! Anybody else sweating? I know I am. Attack for 3. That is the hard lock, yes. Opponent stands no chance. We do not get a Worm Coil next turn. There is an amulet under there. Opponent paths. Knowledge pool. They can't cast anything. Like, the only way we would die is if they had a Wolf Run, got the lands to play it, and then, like, Wolf Run us to death in one go. I think the only way we could possibly lose from this position is if our opponent played Kessig Wolf Run and, like, Wolf Run to Azusa really big and then double striked her. But I don't know if they could get that many lands in the time that we would be beating them down with. Which the original Bloom Titan ran, I think, at least a Wolf Run somewhere. Explaining the lock. We somehow pieced it together and beat him. Yeah, I guess we path Azusa. Like, it doesn't matter. We should, like, the order might matter in some extremely technical corner case, but at this point, we have won. Opponent is on a 3-turn clock. They don't want to give up. We transmute Talaria West for something that Lavinia will counter, probably. Gets a Colony Garden. Plays Colony Garden. Gets a chump blocker. They can keep making chump blockers, I guess. Oh, they could Slayer Stronghold the plant. I mean, they no longer can. So we cast Wet Ball. Knowledge Pool, board the Weatherlight. We pick up Walking Ballista. Cast Ballista. Which we should have done for 0, but, you know, technicality. Cast it for 0, scrub. Alright, opponent says GG and scoops it up. Woo! We beat it! We got a 3-2 in Lavinia pool! Alright. Let's open up our miser's chest here. Let's see what our reward is for this nonsense. Hopefully something good. We didn't even get 3 cards! We got Pristine Angel and a Play Point. Aren't there supposed to be 3 objects? Like, you get a rare from or a card from in season, a card from out of season, and then like a random card or something like that. We got robbed right now. Jeez. 10 play points, 5 play points, and a card. But 15 play points is an option. You should be able to roll play points twice. Yeah, I think that's what it was too. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm starting to develop a severe headache, and I probably should sleep early tonight considering I am sick. I think I'm going to go ahead and head out for the day. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, watching me, sticking out that hell of a league. I appreciate it a lot. Just as a reminder, if you can, follow me on Twitter. I'll be announcing when I'm going... Oh, whoops. I will be announcing when I'm going live. When I plan on doing certain things, whatnot. I appreciate it. Hey, I enjoyed it. The end made it worth it. The middle was a slog, but the end made it worth it. We got to play out some cool plays towards the end. So thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it, Oz. Once again, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on the stream. If you're so inclined, follow my YouTube channel. We post a lot of dank memes and stuff there. It's lots of fun. And I hope you all have a good night. Bye, everybody.